Good morning. So, work day yesterday went fine. But the night before, I had barely slept. I don't know if it's that, like, first day of school energy or what it was, but I just didn't really sleep at all. Anyway, last night, I decided to take some Advil PM, which, like, helps me go off to sleep. I haven't taken it in months and months and months. I said to Lee, the reason that I stopped using it was because every single time I took something that made me drowsy, Milo was ill. And Milo has been nauseous this entire time in lockdown. I don't know if it's because he's not getting enough fresh air. I don't know if it's like anxiety or what it is, but he's just constantly feels sick. Every time he goes to eat, he says he doesn't want to eat because he thinks he's going to be sick. He hasn't been sick, he's just always nauseous. Anyway, this has just been going on for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. And then just as I was drifting off to sleep last night, we were in bed, he came in crying saying he thought he was going to be sick. Which he wasn't, but I was just like, if you've ever experienced anything, like any kind of drowsy medication where like it almost feels like you've got no control, you have to go to sleep, which is fantastic if you can't sleep. I was kind of in that almost asleep state, and I could have cried. And so it kind of broke me out of it, and then I ended up not being able to sleep very well, and it was a whole thing. And so this morning I'm feeling possibly even worse than yesterday, and that is an update on my sleeping, and probably my general demeanour today will be a little bit rougher than it usually is because grumpy.
Yes, I think you should. Work is over for the day and I didn't get dressed. Pyjama day. Sweat stuff day. Also, I've got a beer and a Diet Coke. I'm going to get in the bath. Fun times. I'm rewatching the originals and I'm on episode 3 of season 4, just to kind of keep you in the loop of my TV watching. Also, we watched a show last night called Upload on Prime, which is really, really good. From the creator of The Good Place. He did Parks and Rec and The American Office, if you're into that kind of thing. And along the lines of The Good Place, it is basically a place that you go to when you die. It's like an afterlife, but dependent on what you can afford, will depend on what afterlife you can purchase. It's a legitimate thing that I think will probably happen in the future. It's like a virtual afterlife, and you've got connections with the real world, and it's a little bit glitchy, and there's a bit of a mystery about it. Really, really good. Would recommend. We're about 2 or 3 episodes into that. So I'm going to go get in the bath and watch some originals. Maybe play Animal Crossing because I'm a daredevil. And then this evening, because it's Char's birthday, she's having a Zoom birthday party. So I'm excited to see how that goes. But it's at 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock, Char. So late. So it's literally, I'm going to be in bed doing the Zoom party. And then I'm going to go to bed straight away afterwards. But I'm excited. I can't wait to see what she does because she's got like a quiz, which I believe is going to be Char related. She's made a playlist. It's going to be fun, and I have never used Zoom before. So, yeah, that's going to be my Tuesday.
So this is called the Big Quiz of Shaw, but I feel like it should be called the Big Fat Quiz of Shaw, but we've got to be politically correct and I'm just probation.
Oh, but she's a jolly good fella. She's a jolly good fella. She's a jolly good fella. Lads, all about them.
The Zoom party was such a good idea. It was really well organised, and she'd like done a quiz and everything. Oh my goodness, I'm so tired though. Miraculously no hangover because I did have quite a few drinks. Well, like 3, I suppose, but I'd already had 1. And it was late. It was 9 o'clock, so it was almost midnight by the time it was all finished, and I was going to bed. Lee had been sleeping on the sofa because it started at 9, and I kind of think he was kind of like bunkering in anyway. But I was in the bedroom because that's really the only place that I could possibly go. So he couldn't go to bed till it was finished anyway. Lockdown times. Yeah, it was really, really fun. And now I'm really tired. This is the aftermath on my windowsill.
Oh, man. I really am more tired than I realised. Did I tell you? I can't remember if I told you. The pods from Amazon arrived. I'll show you momentarily. So I was going to put, this is how tired I was going to put this back instead of in the fridge on the little holder for this. Yeah, my Amazon pods are around. So these were 100 for £10 or something. Came in a big box, which I have nowhere to store, so it's just living on the windowsill in the kitchen now. And would recommend. The coffee is fine. I'm not a coffee connoisseur, and because I have a latte, it's mostly milk anyway, so I can't tell the difference. So Milo and I just went outside in the garden for a little bit. We had a tea station, basically tea and biscuits. And now I'm sitting home with some BBC Bite Size while I go back upstairs to do some work. BBC Bite Size on TV, cannot tell more people about it. Incredible, amazing. Lunchtime, standard meal. Milo's brought, this is Milo who lives inside now. Has brought a blanket outside. I mean, it is a bit chilly to be fair. Grandma bought him this tray from Amazon. It's like a school tray. And I'm trying to convince him to try the bacon with the pasta.
No.
This dog will do absolutely anything for attention. Milo's dressing up as various wrestlers.
Yeah, and I'm dressing up as myself as a wrestler.
Okay. And Manny was wandering around looking like, how can he be involved? So we put a t-shirt on him. And he just sits there like, yep, no problem. I'll wear a t-shirt.
He's a wrestler now. He's got a white t-shirt on. His name is Manny McGee.
Manny McGee. He will do absolutely anything. Guys, I am struggling this week. You might have noticed, maybe you haven't, less vlogs. I just can't get it together to feel very positive. I feel like I'm ready to break. I don't know what it is. I don't know why this week. I know I had kind of a bit of a when I was furloughed, but that was a completely different. That was more like a work-related worry. It was more, I don't know. I just kind of felt like distant from work stuff. Now this week, oh man, I feel like I'm like ready to burst into tears at any point. And I don't know what it is. I don't know. I don't think it's work. I don't think it's going back to work, because from day one, I was fine. Like Monday, I was fine. There was no stress. There was no worry about that whatsoever. But I feel like everyone's on top of each other. I can't get away. And nobody has done anything. No one's like done, nothing's changed apart from me. And I suddenly feel very, very different. I said on Instagram, I'm not really leaving the house. I think I've left the house 3 times in this entire time of lockdown. And maybe I need to leave the house. I don't know. I'm not into walking. I think at this weekend, I'm thinking of driving to the lake, which is literally where we used to live. It's like 5 minutes down the road. It's completely within the guidelines to drive there, to walk around. And I'm thinking of doing that like just for a change of scenery, because I think I need it for my mental health. I think at this point my sanity is like on a knife's edge, and I can't pinpoint what it is. I don't know why specifically right now I feel so much like I have to get out of this house. I don't know. Because up until this point, I've been pretty chill about being here. I don't know. I don't know what's happened, but I would love to know if I'm not alone. Is this the week? Is this the breaking point week? So with the vlogs, I don't know. I'm just not feeling it. I don't really want to share. Lee just called me. He's going to call me back in a second. Yeah, I don't really want to share me being like really negative, but I'm not feeling very positive right now. So we'll see. Maybe I'll just kind of come back next week and I'll feel very differently. But I just wanted to share, really not feeling it this week, having a harder time, really struggling. It is what it is. Suddenly can't wait for this all to be over.
And I will leave my windows open so that I can hear the sound of